Hi, I'm Emily Relva, and I'm here to talk to the ladies about their menstrual products. So, ladies, what kind of products do you use? Do you use Always? Do you use Tampax, Kotex? Do you use any reusable or all-natural brands such as Glad Rags, Luna Pads, Natural Care, or any sea sponges? Have you ever thought about the impact that disposable menstrual products make on our environment, on your wallet, and on your health? See, the most helpful thing that we can do is to make the switch. Make the switch from disposable to reusable menstrual products. So what are reusable menstrual products? Well, the reusable menstrual pad is made of cotton. It's fabric, and when we're done with it, we wash it, we dry it, and then it's ready to be used again. So first, let's talk about some of the environmental impacts. There are approximately 73 million menstruating people in North America alone. And what do we do with our pads and tampons? Well, when we're done, we wrap them up, we throw them away, we reach for a new one, and then we begin the process all over again. And that happens every few hours, right? And this generates 250 to 300 pounds a year of menstrual products, according to Rastogi. And the average woman menstruates for 38 years. So that's almost 17,000 disposable products that a woman goes through in her entire life, according to lunapads.com. So that generates 62,415 pounds of menstrual product waste in a woman's lifetime. That's a lot. That's 20 billion pads, tampons, and applicators that are sent to North American landfills each year, according to lunapads.com. And it takes hundreds of years for these products to biodegrade, and it takes even longer for their packaging to degrade. And one reusable pad replaces about 120 disposable ones. So that makes a huge impact on our landfills. And switching to reusable menstrual products is just like making the switch to rechargeable batteries or to tote bags instead of plastic bags or paper bags at the grocery store, or even making the switch from disposable water bottles to stainless steel water bottles that we wash and reuse. And this can also save us money, right? So the average woman spends about $4 per month on disposable products. And that doesn't seem like a lot, right? Only $4 a month. But let's do some more math. So $4 a month, 12 months in the year, that's $48 per year. So 50 bucks per year are spent on menstrual products. So multiply that by the average 38 menstruating years in a woman's life, and you get $1,900. $1,900 a woman spends on menstrual products in her whole entire life, and that's thanks to Moon Cups and Keepers. So a reusable pad, on the other hand, it lasts up to 10 years. So that's 10 years of free menstrual protection. It pays for itself in just a year or two, and you can wash it with any laundry load. So that's no additional cost for washing and keeping it clean. That helps, right? But a reusable pad is also better for your health. So according to lunapads.com, I want to tell you a little bit about the process that disposable pads go through in order for them to be created. So, quote, disposable pads and tampons are made primarily of bleached kraft pulp or viscose rayon, the origin of which is wood cellulose from trees. Imagine, if you will, the kind of processing that is required to make solid wood into the fluffy fibers found in disposable pads. In a nutshell, a lengthy series of powerful chemical baths. The rayon and the pulp are further processed with a variety of bleaching agents to render them white, although not more absorbent, and then treated with another host of chemicals to enhance absorbency or add scent. So that's kind of scary. See, reusable pads, they're made of cotton fabric, so there's no crazy bleaching processes or harsh chemicals. So in disposable pads and tampons, one of the main chemicals that's used is called dioxin. And dioxin is actually one of the main chemicals linked to cancer. Dioxin is banned in many different countries around the world, but not the US. And again, that's used in making our pads and tampons the way that they are. So when you use a reusable pad, on the other hand, you have the possibility for it to decrease your flow, to decrease period discomfort, skin irritation, and the risk of yeast infections. And you know what? When you have reusable products in your house, there's no more running out to the store because you've run out. You've always got them there ready. But wait a minute. You use tampons? Well, there is a reusable method for that too. So disposable tampons, they go through the same bleaching and chemical process that disposable pads go through. But the difference is these tampons, the bleached parts, come in direct contact with our vaginal wall. So tampons, they absorb our menses, but it's kind of like putting a cotton ball in your mouth. It also absorbs everything else. So yes, it absorbs what we want it to, but it also dries out the natural lubricants in the vaginal wall. So you can look at reusable brands such as the Diva Cup or Moon Cup for a silicone cup, or the Keeper for a natural latex cup. And what these do instead is they do not absorb your menses, but they collect it instead. So when your 12 hours are up, you go and you remove the cup, and all the collected menses can then be emptied. And then with a quick rinse, then you're ready to reinsert the cup and you're ready to go again. So there's a lesser risk of TSS, or toxic shock syndrome, with the menstrual cups. Because TSS, it's caused by an overgrowth of the staph bacteria, which exists naturally in the vagina. But the overgrowth can be caused by tampon use, because the bacteria can collect on the tampon and then overgrow. From there, it can be entered into the bloodstream, and it can cause drops in blood pressure, and that's potentially fatal. So why don't we use more reusable methods? Well, the big one is the ick factor, as people say, but I just want to tell you that reusable methods are actually the original methods that we began with when we started creating menstrual products. So we have not always been able to hide from our natural bodily functions. See, reusable cloth pads were the first pads created for women and by women, and are still used around the world today in many different countries and many different cultures. The first disposable pads were created as scientists were looking at more absorbent bandages in the early 1930s, as they were preparing for the war. And menstrual cups, they also are an older method, and that were created in the 1930s as well. So that's kind of cool. But why don't we use these tried and true methods? Well, we've got it stuck in our heads that disposable pads and tampons are more convenient. And perhaps they are, but we need to think of our overall environmental impact, our impact on our wallets, the impact on our health. And there are many different ways that we can look into ways of changing. So you can definitely go to lunapads.com, gladrags.com. You can also check out the periodstore.com, which is an awesome online site, which has a lot of organic and reusable options, as well as herbal remedies and things like that. So definitely check them out. Because all I'm asking you to do is to do some research, find out what's out there, and try different products, because you don't really know what works best for you until you try. So we need to make a greater impact on our world, on our bodies, and work to become more aware. So go out there, start looking, start researching, and thanks so much.